Really trying to get me to play the undead shit, and I ain't never played it.
All right, let's wait till some people show up here, guys. We're basically live, but I'll do the intro as soon as
We're doing it live!
As soon as I can confirm that we have some people up. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
I'm sure somebody else dropped by. Generally, Spider-Man's one of the first guys in the chat.
Yeah, Spider-Man, dude. I've seen him.
Yeah,
in a lot
I'm gonna
of
take a
shows.
piss before we get all the way started.
Yeah. All right, we do have one person in. Looks like one person viewing right now. Just not sure who it is yet, but that's good. That's a good sign that things are up and going. I know how this works. There we go. We got stinking co-op Spider-Man. Yeah, Garain. There we go. I knew those boys would show up. Those guys are.
Oh, there's Spider-Man.
Those guys are like herpes. They just show up all the time. All right,
Man, I've seen Spider-Man in every one of your shows that I've seen. He's a good dude.
Oh, this idiot named Two Bears. He's in the chat too. Look at that.
Oh, what up? What up?
All right, we can get this stuff going here. Hang on, we'll just about start the game. Let's get the Chase just stepped aside. All right, here he is. I can hear him. Siberia, what's going on? That's a bad analogy, Grain. You guys are definitely not herpes, but you get the point. All right. Let me know, guys, if the game audio is too loud. First of all, I'll just get the guys to say hello.
Check 1, 2.
That was Chase.
Hello.
Hello.
Let us know if they sound good and there's any botting, guys.
Check
Are we
1,
good?
2.
Are we good? Do we get a thumbs up? Tickle my balls and paper the walls. All right, we got a thumbs up from Grain.
We got a thumbs up. Here
Yep.
we go.
Grain has given us the A-OK, guys. That means yes. Running a couple minutes late, but we are ready to roll, guys. Here we are, episode number 20 of Mixing It Up with Newf. And back by popular demand, we have the always amazing LTC Nightcrawler, a.k.a. Chase Jones, and his good brother, Blake Jones, as we know him as Two Bears. These guys are not only two of the people that I consider to be really good friends of mine in the community, but they're very good supporters of a lot of the people that you see in our community and a lot of the podcasts. And they're hell of a good players at shooting games. We'll get into those details shortly, guys. This is Mixing It Up with Newf, episode 20. Got to give away a copy of Minecraft toward the end of the show. I'm going to be picking one of those numbers again later on in the show, and I've told the boys what number it is, so I can't, pull any fast ones, so they know which number it is. I left it for them in their DMs. So it's going to be a number between 1 and 20, but that's coming up later on. We'll give away a copy of Minecraft if one of you guys hasn't won it yet, so that's cool. It's a decent little game. And that one comes to us courtesy of Ace Junkie. So shout out to Ace Junkie. Primal Eve, what is happening? Primal's up in the house. The female Newf Nukem. There you go. Yes, checking out Chills Me. You guys have seen her.
That is true.
That is true.
Holy crap,
yes.
that's true. That's why I loved her in the last couple of podcasts I've seen her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the moisty meter might be down tonight, but I can promise you the crusty meter will probably go up. So,
dude, speaking of crusty, my nipples, I didn't know my nipples could get this hard, dude. Like, I think my shirt's about to rip open.
Oh, man. Well, that's good. Save the ripping open and the hard nipples for a little later on. We're going to get going here, guys. There's our intro. So there you go. Introducing.
On that
here, first up, we're going to go with the older brother, Two Bears. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm coming at you from Arkansas, where the Sasquatches raise their youngins in the hollows, where the thigh gaps are non-existent, and where the best dating site around is still Ancestry.com.
The thigh gaps are non-existent. Wow. They rolling over down in Arkansas, huh? Right on. And his little brother, who's not so very friggin' little based on his pictures, we got LTC Nightcrawler, a.k.a. Chase Jones. What's going on, Chase?
Man, I'm 6'7" and I fucking feel like it. So that's all I know. But I can't really follow up too much what Blake says other than the Ancestry.com thing. I'm actually more interested in FarmersOnly.com. Veronica, she might not have any teeth, but that might be a good thing.
Gotcha.
Oh.
That can come in handy at times indeed. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it up to you guys now to just get this game started. We'll start playing some, I don't know, some death match or something. We got Darth Fishes, who's actually not in the party, but he's going to be joining us and playing. So, Jago, what's happening, brother? Thanks for stopping by, checking us out. Siberia, thanks for stopping in and co-hosting this stream. So, guys, if you want to go ahead and just fire it up, how do you even get to the whatchamacallit now, the headquarters? I see it.
So
I see
you
it.
just, do you want to go to the headquarters, like, to find your stuff?
Yeah, we're all in there. We're good to go. All right. Thanks, Jago, for the host, brother. Garain, what's good on? Yeah. Funny how I just get here and you hear the word moist. I know, it just follows you around, probably. So we're getting ready to play a little team deathmatch, whatever, on this game. Unfortunately, you're checking out my stream, which I'm not the best at this game, so I won't pull any punches here. I might pull my dick instead, but that's about all I'm going to pull tonight.
Oh.
But
Thank
these
God
guys,
I'll be here for that.
I'll stay close to these guys. They'll show us the way. So thanks for tuning in and checking it out, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to start with these guys. This is going to be a little more difficult because the first time having a double dose. Basically, episode 20, we're having a three-way.
Oh, man.
Three dudes.
Three-ways are always better than two.
Three dudes, not how I envisioned it. Jago's got his beer. He's ready to go. Yeah. So, guys, tell us about growing up. We'll start with Blake first. Blake, you guys can kind of chime off each other here. Sort of my question is kind of for you both.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about how you first got into games. What are some of your earliest memories of video gaming? What consoles you own? That sort of stuff.
Man, okay. Well, the first I remember was Sega and then Nintendo right along it at my friend's house. I mean, just a regular Nintendo before even Super, because I'm a little older than Chase. Just turned 30. But I played the crap out of Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I could probably play that blindfolded. And Rockstar, Power Rangers. I loved all the little side-scroll shooter games. I loved Mario. I mean, all the classics. That's what really started this beast that is still rolling downhill to this day.
Gotcha. So does that kind of go for both of you here? You all started with the same thing?
Yeah, I mean,
or?
I've kind of, this is Nightcrawler. I've told like this story before, pretty much. But basically, Blake would be playing like Super Mario All Stars and Sonic, and I would just kind of watch from afar, and I was too scared to play it. And I was like, "What is this? It looks cool, but I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Oh, that looks so cool! I want to do that." But when I really started getting into it was Game Boy, and I started playing Pokemon, which is kind of relevant right now because everybody's either loving it or shitting on it, right? But and that was my first real gaming experience. And I went back and played all the Marios back in like 2000. Really, I kind of started late on everything. And yeah, pretty much I just kind of followed Blake. Then it went on to PlayStation and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Are we waiting for a match here, guys? What's going on here? Just waiting to find people or something?
Yeah, searching.
Oh, yeah, 4 games out of 12 here. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Pokemon, man. Well, Pokemon's not got a big resurgence. Nintendo just announced they got like 2 new Pokemon games coming out. Like, is that something you still like to this day? Because for me, I never got into it, and I don't hate the game, but basically, when I see an announcement on Pokemon, I just kind of roll my eyes. I mean, to each their own. I get why people like it. It was one of those things. I was kind of past that phase. I never got into it. Now, just like I don't think I would, but I know some guys out in the community get really excited for Pokemon news. So.
I saw that game today, like the one that's going back to the first region that's kind of redone for the Switch, and that kind of makes me want to get the Switch because it looks like what I wish I had when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I've always been a shooter fan. I mean, first and foremost, but I love RPG games too. Like I love the Mass Effect series.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of my favorite game series of all times.
Jago says I'd rather
announce something for those.
Jago says I'd rather poke a girl than Pokemon. Happy belated birthday, there, Spider-Man. Well, I suppose if you put a bag on their head and you enter the rear seat hole, maybe it feels just as nice. I have no idea.
Hey, as long as she has titties.
Well, some guys got boobs almost as big as girls. What's going on, Xbox Phantom? Yeah, Phantom's in the house, guys. One of the biggest Mixer supporters going. Say hello to him. Yeah. So, are you guys more Nintendo guys then, or Sega guys? Because a lot of the people I've had on the podcast are mostly Sega
out of
guys.
just those two, I'll say, just out of those two, I will say Sonic kind of died off. Like, Sonic and Knuckles is the first Sonic game I really played and enjoyed. I never got the Dreamcast. I loved it and I wanted to get it, but I just never. I was too young and I didn't have the funds, basically. And the PlayStation 1 and N64 came out. So I'll say I definitely was leaning that way. And of course, when Xbox came out, it changed the game. But as far as Pokemon, man, that's the one game I got the Switch for to play and enjoy. But then it was my wife's, so she basically has been playing so much Xbox lately that she just decided, hey, I want to sell the 1S, which used to be mine, and the Switch, and get an Xbox One X. And I was like, okay. So that took me by surprise because there was a lot I wanted to play on the Switch, but it was her deal, and she's hooked me up a lot. So I was like, okay, it's time for you to get the next entertainment thing, you know, just entertainment kind of thing.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, you just recently got a Switch,
but
right?
seeing that trailer, yeah, we did, and we sold it. But that trailer yesterday made me wish that I had talked her out of it. Because, dude, it just looked so, like Blake said it. Blake couldn't say it any better. Like, it made me want the game I wish I had, where I can actually throw the Pokeball off the screen and catch it. It's a lot more interactive. I can hook it up to Pokemon Go, which I actually still play.
Gotcha.
You know, a lot of people don't. A lot of people fell out of the game. I still actually play it when I'm just kind of around and I know that there's a Pokestop and I get it, right? So it's a mobile game. I'm not a big mobile gamer, but that's like the one game I still actually dive into. So I'm a huge fan. I grew up on it. I grew up in the 90s. You gotta understand that was our thing. It was Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, baby. Digimon in there, like all that stuff. I grew up on that. That was like, I guess what would be y'all's like Transformers or whatever. You know, that was that for me, right?
Right. So, yeah. Everybody had
that's
the thing.
The main reason. It's an era thing, right? Like that's what I think.
Right. Gotcha. So yeah, so who's the most competitive gamer out of both of you guys? Do you ever have like little friendly competitions? Did you hook up and play the N64? You know, some of those multiplayer screen shit or what?
We played Bond back in the day, man. We used to play Halo custom games just for hours.
Halo's where we got most competitive with each other. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Like with the N64, competitive. I played against my friends, but him and his friends used to always play, and I would just be watching and go, damn, I wish I could play. So, like, that, I mean, that was how it was, but when Xbox came out, it was like, oh, we can all hook up and play. And so, that's when the shit got real. That's when, like, we would always play sworded shotguns on custom games on Lockout and Mid-Ship. That was our shit. And we would play that for hours, man. That's how it used to be. Because it was so much fun. It was so much fun to talk shit. And even then, you know, that's kind of where we formed our game style. I will adhere and admit to that Blake has this certain ability where he can not ever play a game or like this game. Like, I'll think I'm doing good, and I'll go really positive in a match, and I'll have a really high-scoring match. Blake comes in 2 days and plays with me. He's already outscored me in 2 days. He's always just been a little bit better. But I feel like I do push the competition, especially when I'm drinking. That's when I get more competitive. and probably mad, too.
Oh, you sound like you're more like the shit-talking brother. Is that it? Alan Savage, what's going on, brother? Alan Savage up in the house. Good supporter, guys. Thanks again, guys, to the people that have been coming out to support my streams, and you guys know who they are. You mean the world to me, really. Like, I can't say it enough. I know it sounds so cliche, and you're sick of hearing it, but, you know, like I said on Twitter last night, there's lots of people out there looking for support in the community, and, you know, having closing on 3,000 followers on Twitter, and I got like 10 people that 10 to 12 people that come out to watch my mixer. It's a little bit like, what the fuck's going on? Like, am I that boring, or what's the deal here? But anyway, guys, thanks for the support. So what out of you guys, what was your favorite old school game for you two guys? And I'm sure you had different choices, but what was your favorite?
Favorite old school game?
Yeah.
How old school we talking? Like original?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Let's go back to maybe each of you pick a game from let's start with the 8-bit era, right? Because most people started with an 8-bit console.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Nice, good pick.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games.
Both of you guys. So one person
Well,
played
it's
Sonic,
hard.
the other
It's
played
hard.
Tails, or what?
I tell you, yeah,
Yeah,
we did that all the time. I was always Tails, because Blake, total alpha male, bigger dick and all.
I was the big brother.
He was in on it. No,
It's natural.
yeah, but no, he was the big brother, man. That's just how it went. But
Yeah.
but when Sonic and Knuckles came out, I loved it, man, because I could play as Knucks. I was like, dude, Knuckles is my dude. I love Knuckles. I love climbing the walls. I was like, well, you can have Sonic all you want, and then he kind of let me play Knuckles, so that was cool. I really like Sonic and Knuckles better than Sonic 2, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
But honestly, what I played the most of personally, like back then, was Mario All Stars, which had and
game
Super
is awesome.
Mario World as well. Like, because it combined all the Super Mario World 1, 2, 3, the lost levels,
Right, yeah.
all that, right? And so I got to experience every Mario there. But man, Super Mario World's where it's at for me, dude. That is my game. I can still go back
love
and
that
play
game.
that game. There's just something about it, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Yoshi was in it, Super Mario RPG is definitely an honorable mention. I played the shit out of that game, got stuck on the final boss, and never beat it. So I'm kind of salty
It's
about
funny
that.
you mentioned that game because I was just playing it the other night, which is odd. I went back and pulled out the old the Super Nintendo Classic there, and that was one of the games I fired up first.
Yeah.
So
Heck
a storm.
bro.
Green says a storm came through my Xbox One X and DSL modem got what? Oh my God! Really? Oh, dude,
That's sad.
nasty.
Fucking heartbreaking, brother.
What? Must have been recently.
Maybe Surge Protector, could that help prevent that? I don't
See,
know.
I thought Xbox
Oh,
One X had the built-in
man.
surge protector. That's why I didn't plug it into mine to one. They were all that hoopla about there being a built-in surge protector, and you don't have to put it in a surge protector. Damn, it's just not true.
I'm sorry to hear that. Ugh.
That's
Yeah, man, that
sorry,
sucks,
man.
brother.
That sucks, Green. So I'm
Hope you get
guessing
back on your feet, man.
I'm guessing you're playing on an Xbox One S for now. Or maybe not. Maybe he's not playing at all. But that really blows, man. Especially to lose your Xbox. I mean, the DSL modem. I mean, they're like what? Probably you can get one of those for probably $80 or $100. But Xbox One X. Oh, you little shitbag. All right. So what guys are you currently? Well, let's talk about sports. What's your favorite sport? Did you guys play any sports growing up? Were you competitive in that too?
Oh yeah, yeah. Man,
We
when I was a kid,
were
man, I
part
played
of-
every sport.
No, you guys are big football
Really?
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Football's my favorite, no doubt. Like, I'm always waiting for football, especially college football. But the older I get, the more I like NFL as well. We both played football. We were 1 year shy of being together. So I played with a lot of people that played with my brother, and they always shit on me because Blake whooped their ass so much that they thought they had to pick on me when I came up and I whooped their ass. But that was fun. But
I love
that was my
soccer as
experience with
well.
that. Soccer's cool, man. I tell you what, there is nothing better. Like, we were in Ireland watching the Euro Cup. I mean, it was quite a few years ago, about 8 years ago.
Right.
And we got to drink Guinness and
Supersonic
Heineken
stations in the
and
house. Boom, boom, kaboom.
watch. Oh, I got to play the game. Yes. I don't know how, but I did. But yeah,
Supersonic
man,
station.
so
Put down
we,
the VR helmet long
oh,
enough to
my
jump in and catch the
gosh, over
stream.
What's up, Supersonic?
Supersonic Station is going to be the first guy to have real sex with a VR helmet on. I can see that coming right now.
Pictures that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right. Film it or it didn't happen. Look at Newf Nukem on the bottom with a measly 5 and 6. I told you it takes me a while to warm up, man. I'm just, I'm always looking at the assholes on top, right?
And Vicious was a beast in there.
Vicious was vicious.
Vicious was vicious
was.
indeed. Alrighty, but that's all right. It's my warm-up game. I'm concentrating on the chat and not the shooting.
Same.
Oh yeah, man. This is a tough.
That's what I would say too, dude.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
So your favorite NFL team? Go for it. You both have the same team?
Dallas Cowboys for me.
All right, Dallas Cowboys.
that's-
all right.
That's
the
because
Pirates.
Arkansas doesn't
Everybody
have
loves to
a
hate
pro
us.
team, so we were raised to be Cowboys
So
fans.
most people either like the Saints or the Cowboys here, basically. I
Right.
mean, that's the in Tennessee Titans see some of them a little bit, but mostly it's Cowboys or Saints. What I've seen. But we grew up Cowboys, man. That's who my daddy liked. And that's who I like. But he kind of, when Tom Brady started winning a shitload of games, he kind of jumped ship, and I stayed on the ship, and we're still sinking. And it worked out good for him. So,
Right.
But I don't hate Tom Brady per se.
Right.
He's just the best, so it's easy to hate the best, right? You know.
Yeah, people
So-
always like to hate teams that seem to have any run of success. So it's not uncommon. Team gets successful, all of a sudden, they're paying people off. There's always some excuse, you know what I mean? When your team's at the bottom, nobody cares, but when they're successful, everybody shits on them,
Yeah.
right? So, well, that's good. It's under warranty, Green. That's awesome. We hope that you get it back, man. It gets solved. So, yeah, all good.
For real.
How about let's ask another question, guys. What do you guys like to do in your spare time besides play video games?
Disc golf.
Yeah.
CrossFit. CrossFit is something I've done. Blake lives in a different town, so he doesn't do that with me. He's doing his own workout thing, but that's something that I weighed 330 pounds, and in 4 months I got to 294 thanks to good diet and CrossFit. And dude, I feel like I'm back in my college, like, football playing shape, which I played for a little D2 college. It wasn't nothing big, but I feel like I'm that good of a shape, and it literally has. I feel like it saved my life, man. I had let myself go in a bad way, and I needed to do something about it.
Broad Colt, Master Chief is up in the house. Wow, Broad Colt, thanks for stopping by, brother. By the way, guys, if anybody wants to jump in and play this game with us, you're welcome. You just won't be in the party, but if you want to just jump in and shoot shit with us here, that's all cool.
We can get some ground war.
Yeah, absolutely.
6 players. Go on,
Absolutely.
I'm cool.
Spider-Man says he hates COD, but he's enjoying watching, man. Like, COD is one of the reasons I owned an Xbox 360. When COD 2 came out, man, that was before Halo 3. It was like, man, this is the game.
Which begs the question, if MWC comes out with the multiplayer, I understand it's not, right? But if it comes out with multiplayer, is it an easy grab or not?
Right. So
I think Newf was talking about COD 2, like, even before the Modern Warfare.
The original COD 2.
It's like a release title damn near for the 360.
It was, yeah.
Call of Duty 2 is the first one I played, yeah. That was a hell of a campaign, man. It was so intense.
It was so fun. Yeah.
You can still find people on the server on that, too. It's crazy. A game is came out in 2005, and still people playing it. It's insane. What's going on, Broad Colt, Master Chief? Mr. Halo man himself.
Oh yeah,
that dude is
yeah. He plays. He plays Halo hardcore. That guy.
I
love that dude. That's my dude, man. Yeah. I love his clips on Twitter, man. Check him out.
Oh,
he's
speaking of it, I know you guys are big Halo guys. So what was your favorite Halo of the series, guys? Both of you, is it the same one or everybody different?
Oh gosh. Man, I gotta say Halo 2 overall. I'm gonna have to say
Halo
that.
2. So what did you like about Halo 2 the most? It's just it holds a strong memory for you, or you just found the multiplayer was better?
Yeah.
Well, Halo 1 just totally captivated me and put me into that fantasy. And I played it, and that's what really got me hooked on shooters. I mean, even more than Bond, I think. Yeah. And then Halo 2 just picked up with that, added dual wielding, and brought matchmaking to a whole new level. We got to play online. We got to have LAN parties. I used to have friends over, and we'd have 4 or 5 TVs. I just have tons of fun memories, years of memories on that game.
Yeah, I also think that Halo
has a special place.
I don't know if you guys would agree, but I think Halo 2 also was like when you look at the progress between the games, Halo 2 to me felt like the biggest jump in the series compared to where Halo 3 went compared to you know what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah.
Like from a gameplay standpoint.
It really did what it did well. Yeah.
Personally, that's what I think is so special about Halo. Every Halo, kind of after 3 it's not this case, but every Halo from 1 to 3 was such a substantial jump. Even 2 to 3 was such a different feel, unique experience with bubble shield and everything. Like they really, it was a time where they really could innovate, and it was real innovation. It might not have been everybody's cup of tea, but I'll tell you what, a lot of people hold Halo 3 in the highest regard. And that's what I love about Halo 5. Yeah, it was different. The armor abilities, they didn't just kind of, whereas Halo 4 was kind of just a copy of Reach, in my opinion. Halo 5 was a different thing altogether, and it was still really fun. And you did have to play it. There was a learning curve, but it was awesome. And in its own right, multiplayer-wise, I'm not talking about the single player because I'm a huge multiplayer guy. Yeah. I'll say, the answer to your question, I'll say Halo 2 as well, because Dude, there was just, we would have like 4 Xbox system linked, 4-player on every screen.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know, friends in the whole town, and we just ran on pure fun and adrenaline. And we would have little tournaments with little prize pools, and we would go to different towns and play in tournaments and stuff. Halo 3 didn't really do that because everything was getting really online then. So
Yeah,
to me, Halo 2
couch.
had just the most realist, funnest experience because if I won the tournament that week, I could talk shit until the next one, you know what I mean? And then people had a vengeance against me, and I won a couple, and I'm proud of it. And it was it really meant something to me, and that made me better at Halo now. That's the only reason I'm good is because I can use muscle memory.
Right.
You know, every Halo still feels like Halo, even though it's drastically different.
Chase with the rapid fire. Booyah! Look at that, multi-kills.
Damn, that's the second one in a row, man.
Right in the shoulder, right in the cranium. There you go.
Wrong alley.
All right, so Halo 2 for you guys, that's pretty cool. For me, I think Halo 3 was the pinnacle of the series. I loved Halo 2, but 3 just felt like, you know, with the technology, the multiplayer, that was a sweet spot. I played that was the Halo I played the most of, I think. And I really love number 5, not so much for the campaign, but yeah, like Blake says in the chat, 5 I like because of the, you know, I think it had some amazing multiplayer stuff. Yeah, you bet.
That's what cheeses me with babies. I love Reach.
Gotcha.
I love ODST. I love 3. I love 2.
Yes.
I love 1. That's why I love MCC and still play it regularly because that's the one game I get this little itch on my back. I'm like, oh fuck, I got to scratch it. Halo, and I go play.
Classic Halo.
I love it, man.
So I got to know, growing up in school, who had the best accolades? Who had the better grades?
Oh, Blake, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, what kind of music?
Mom is at
What?
biology.
I had to play
Chemistry
sports to go to college. Blake did it on his brain when he could have played sports when he went to college, but he did it on his brain. I mean, that's
Right.
the best answer I can give.
Gotcha.
He was definitely the smart one. I'm just the more common sense one, but he's the one that's book smart, you know.
Yeah. Was it safe to say that you guys know just about everything about each other? Like, you sound like you're very close brothers as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. We are.
Is there anything weird about each other maybe
Blake's
you
my
don't know
best
that
friend.
you're able to say? Or maybe not. Is there anything either one of you guys may not know
I
about
don't
each other?
think so, man.
I don't think.
I don't think so. He's like one of
The
my
only thing I
closest
don't know
friends,
is what
so.
color underwear he has right now.
That
If he has
would
any
be
at all.
That would be
knowing-
new because I go
Knowing
in
Blake, he doesn't
all
have
day
any.
every day.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Right. Okay, so who had the
Yeah.
easier time getting chicks back in school? Was it Blake or was it you, Chase?
That would be Chase.
Me.
I could, but I wasn't really interested.
I was
in
the
world.
mystical fucker in the corner that they all wanted to sleep with.
Chase had the long hair, beetle cut. He was
Right.
tall. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
You know?
But the ladies
You know,
love you now, right,
it's-
Blake? The ladies love you now because you got that
Oh,
you got
yeah.
that awesome beard, right? Is that how it is?
That is very true, sir.
Yeah, and I can't grow a beard at my job, so I'm trying to grow a mustache, and it's not working out because it's like kind of patchy. So I don't know. You know, I have to really rely on my personality. There ain't no doubt about it.
Right. Hey, personality's what counts, man. Hey, I just turned 42 and my dick finally reached 4 inches. What can I say?
There you go. hey, man. Like what we were talking about for the podcast, you really have to use those hip flexors, man. Get everything you can out of it, brother. You know, they
All
say,
about growth.
you know, girls always talk about hit the spot every time. Well, shit, you know, I'm gonna try, but my hip flexors have to be on point to even think about it.
Gotcha. All the
Blake
guys
can
are
just lay
laughing
on
in the
it.
chat.
It's over with.
I'm just kidding, but yeah. Needless to say, I'll never be known as tripod around my parts, but that's okay. Anyway, hope Primal Eve's not still here.
Sorry.
Primal Eve's still here listening. I'm expecting a smart ass comment to come in here.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty.
I haven't got to interact with Primal much, but she seems pretty cool.
She's
Primal's
incredible,
cool
dude.
shit, man.
She's awesome. She's a great addition to the Game Dose podcast for sure. It's nice. It's nice to like
Yeah.
actually hear a female that's not afraid to like say things or
Yeah.
or like
She's not walking on
be like
She just says
to
who
be
she
like
is,
one of
right?
the guys instead of like, oh, he just said
Yeah.
dick. Like, oh my god, be so reserved. You
Like,
know what I mean?
oh, it smells like chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, you jumping pansy whacker. All right, so guys, how about music? What do you guys? I know you both play some guitar in your spare time. So what kind of music are you dudes into?
Man, I love really, I love technical metal. Like that's what I enjoy playing. But honestly, I listen to country.
Technical metal, like Black
Label,
the Black Label Society, they're pretty cool. Like Zach Wild.
Yeah, stuff like that. Dream Theater, I love Dream Theater. That's they were influenced by Rush.
Yeah. Oh, you like the Canadian band Rush, huh?
Oh,
nice.
I do, baby.
Oh, Rush.
Awesome,
I love Rush. I'm tired, baby.
Anything with good musicianship, I can dig, and I don't need a shovel.
Yeah, their drummer is considered to be one of the best drummers in the industry. Neil Preet.
Oh, Mike Portnoy, right? No, that's Dream Theater. My bad.
How about you, Chase? What kind of stuff what's playing in your playlist?
Well, it's definitely different. I will go along with the metal thing as far as I like Killswitch Engage. I just love because their music it's just like good songs.
You can sing.
It's not something that's so complex my mind can't wrap around it. I respect things like that, and there's a lot of metal that's so complex I just can't even enjoy it because I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy they went there. I respect it, but I just don't really lean to it. But what I enjoy listening to actually is way different. I love the Beatles, I love the Strokes, I love pop rock, basically.
Right. Of course, you like stroking it.
That's what I just. I can tell you. Strokes already actually have one, right? But,
hey, Rock Lee's in the house. Darfish is here.
Yeah, man, that's my two favorite bands probably. I just love bands that split up, play their own music, and then get back together. I don't know. They all make good music separately. They all make good music together, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I like. That's what I've always leaned toward.
Gotcha.
Some Guns N' Roses.
Oh
yeah. How about in terms of movies? What kind of movies do you like to watch, and what would be your favorite movie of all time?
Oh gosh,
that's easy for me.
That's a tough one.
Crow.
Crow was amazing.
I've seen that movie probably fucking 200 times. I got it on Blu-ray. It plays full screen on my 4K. It looks great. I watch it. I still watch it at least probably 5 times a year after I've watched it probably 200 times. I mean, I love Brandon Lee. I think he's such an underrated actor because he has such a light workload. But I've seen all of his movies, even the shitty B movies are good to me.
He didn't get to make a whole lot. That's the problem, right? I mean,
no, not at all.
He died at young.
That one he was Tokyo.
Oh, with Dolph Lundgren, that movie was fucking awesome.
28. Hell yeah, and Rapid Fire was one that was just him, and also Howard Booth, who just died pretty recently.
Rapid Fire, that's a
really good movie. That's a good ass little martial arts movie that he was in, man. That was a good one. I think he could have done so much more. I even think I heard a rumor that he was supposed to play Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat, the first one, before he died. He was signed on Fox Pictures to do 3.
I gotta watch the Kill Cam. Oh, he's got the shotgun with those fucking fire bullets or whatever.
My favorite movie, I enjoy all the Marvel DC movies as much as anybody.
Oh yeah.
Tom Cruise is insane, but I like him as an actor.
Oh yeah.
But my favorite movie overall has to be Hot Fuzz.
Oh, I love Hot Fuzz.
Fuck yeah.
Simon Pegg. And,
I love
Nick Frost.
love Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, man. Anything that they make, especially together, I will.
Right. Yeah,
I just love that British humor.
Yeah.
They crack me up, man.
Siberius Rapid Fire was great. Spider-Man says Black Panther was a great movie. Black Panther, in my opinion, was a really good movie. I think it was a little overhyped. I'm not taking some heat for that. I really enjoyed it. Don't worry, but I just think to me, I didn't like it as much as I like the new Avengers. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You know,
I gotta see Deadpool 2, man. Fuck. Saturday I'm seeing Solo.
Treacherous God is here. One of my oldest Xbox buddies. What's happening, Treacherous? Yeah, well, guys, I like your choices. You guys are rocking it tonight. You definitely got great choices in movies. Now, how about games? If you guys could take 3 games, and hopefully they're a little bit different, but if you guys could take 3 games to a deserted island, what would they be? It can be from any generation, any consoles you've ever owned. What would it be?
Okay. Mine would be PUBG because I have been so into that lately.
All right.
On a more classic note, the MCC because that's almost a cheating answer because it has so many games on it,
Right.
and because it's all the Halo, I love it. And then my third choice would be Mass Effect, the first game, because I played that game. There's no telling how many times. That's my three.
Mass Effect. Which one did you say? Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect 2?
The original, yeah.
Original?
The original.
I'm actually shocked with that because most people never picked it. Now, the original was a trendsetter, right?
Good ass game.
But play mechanics wise, I found the original the hardest to play of the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of came to that myself as well.
Nice.
I still think it's great, but I kind of lost interest
Alright.
pretty far into the game. Which is
Gotcha.
kind of what happened in Andromeda, actually. I got really far into it, stopped playing it one day, and never picked it back up. I just...
How about yourself, Chase? What would be your 3 games, bro?
Brother, that's so hard because all games kind of run the course for me. I would say MCC is a good answer because those are any kind of online game like that has longevity.
Yeah.
Would be a good answer. PUBG is one of those that you get dropped on an island. It's the same island, the same weapons, the same character models, right? But there's something about it that every experience is new every time you play it.
Right.
And I enjoy that. Witcher 3, if I just got to pick one RPG, it's got to be that. That's just my top game for this gen. They did such a good ass job after not liking Witcher 2 at all. Really, I played it a little bit. I was like, the combat's so blocky. They exceeded expectations with Witcher 3, and so those are my choices, man. It's hard to beat those 3. I kind of gotta go along with Blake, but except for I'm not as big into Mass Effect.
Yes, guys, Deadpool is an amazing movie. Deadpool 2 is awesome. I think it's as good, if not better, than the other one. Thanks for stopping by, Siberia. Sorry you got to take off. The Witcher 3 is an amazing game, so guys, picking that one in the chat. AC Origins, also a fantastic game. Best in the series, in my opinion. I want to say hello to Little Bon Bon. He's up in the chat here right now. So Little Bon Bon, or Little Bon Jovi, as I like to call him. But thanks for coming out, bro, and checking out the stream. Greatly appreciated. That's... I don't know. Is there anybody have a question from the chat you'd like to ask these guys since everybody showed up here? Now we'll leave it open for just some regular questions, like things you'd like to know about these guys. They don't have to be game related. Spider-Man has a good one. Your guys' favorite food?
Ooh.
Tough.
I'll say
what's your go-to, right? What's your go-to?
Man, my go-to, it's beer. Steve, you're really close to that one.
Beer. Liquid food.
I'll say pizza, man. There's this little local joint that opened up. They have really good beer. They have a beer that they actually make at a brewery, like themselves, that they own, right? It's really good. It's called Hideaway Pizza. They have some in Oklahoma and Arkansas.
Gotcha.
They make some good ass food. That's like my favorite joint right now. My answer before would have been fettuccine Alfredo. I just love those noodles and I love Alfredo. That's my shit.
Fettuccine Alfredo. How about yourself?
I got to. Yeah, I gotta say, it's for me. It's hard to beat a good burger. Oh my goodness, especially with bacon.
Yeah.
Or anything with avocado. Anything with avocado. I am obsessed with avocado. A burger with avocado, even better. I'll take it.
Yes, Jake, I do love barbecue.
Yes, barbecue is always good. I love barbecue myself.
Fucking ribs.
Xbox Phantom asked, "What is your guy?" I don't hear you curse a whole lot, but what's your go-to curse word? Do you have any of those little weird words that you say if you're not cursing? Like some people say "fuck" all the time. Maybe you guys say "poop shuttles," or I don't know what the hell you say. Do you guys have a little?
I do have a proclivity. I do like the F word. It's hard to beat that one. Let me see. I'm trying to think.
I say
like
shit
saying,
and bastard a lot, but I do say fuck too.
Shit and
That's
bastard.
for my grandpa. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. I say them all in like, but in timing. Like, I don't just say it to say it. Like, I'll say it when it really means something to me.
Right.
Like, if I'm cussing, that means I really mean what I'm talking about. Like, that's kind of how I am.
Jago says the F word way too much, he said.
For humor.
Gotcha. Yeah, some people say it like, what? Treacherous God, cock juggling thunder cunt. There you go. There's a good one for you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's better than anything I got.
I like to call people turd burglars all the time. I don't know what that means, but hey, it's funny.
That's a good one.
It just sounds funny.
That sounds very Canadian, but I've heard it before, so I guess it's not really Canadian.
You damn turd burglar.
You goddamn turd burglar.
Well, hey, fiddly diddly, we're just getting down on the turd burglars right here.
Yeah, boy, let me get it in. Ding.
Yeah, or the stuff in traffic. Awesome. Somebody also asked, what was your, I don't know if we asked it, but what is your favorite pastime outside of gaming? What's something you guys like to do a lot? Like, you play Parcheesi or cards or what?
All the above, yeah. I mean, like, we play a lot of cards. I think I'll say what we do as a family, like me, my parents, my brother, our wives. What we do is disc golf. You buy a disc from a store or online Amazon, right? And you just try different discs, and it's just golf. Most holes are par 3. You got 3 chances to get into the hole, like no sexual encounters. And like. But no, and it's really fun, man, because we got a bunch of
and it's free to play once you buy your stuff.
It's just free once you buy your discs. It's just free. You go do it, and that, dude, it's just so much fun. It's not as expensive as real golf. Even though real golf's cool too, but you know that's
I hear ya.
Get some use out of your tax dollars that they're stealing from you.
These guys
Go
are
to
all
the park.
These guys are all in that stupid middle building too, by the way, guys. On a game note.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking us up. I mean, they're fucking us up.
Yeah, you can go say it now. It's legit.
Yeah.
They may
I
not
guess
suck
that's
a
what I
dick,
said
they'll hold
most.
one in their mouth. I guarantee you, boy.
That's right.
Those guys got no teeth.
Okay,
Those guys got no
so-
teeth on the other team.
That's fine.
Wow, how the hell did that
I
happen?
could
I
talk
just
about
shot
my
those
cousins that way.
guys? Oh man. The guys are asking, you guys like fishing? Spider-Man asks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Probably
go
fishing.
near as much as my family, like the rest of my family, but probably about 3 or 4 times a year, or when our buddy comes down from Washington, we'll go fishing at our local kind of lake. We have a pond behind the house we grew up at. And yeah, we fish, man. We all know how to do it. We all put the worm on the hook and do the thing, or power bait or whatever. And you know, we have this little lake. We go out and we'll go out my pawpaw or grandpa's boat. We call him Pawpaw. And we get a big old dip of snuff, and we go fishing. And we fish.
It's got time.
Before the sun comes up until about noon. If if the crappie aren't biting, which is what we catch to eat, then we'll just fish for bass or whatever just for fun, and we'll catch a bunch. And it's always fun. We always catch something from the spot we go. So it's a lot of good fun, man. It's a good time because you always have a story from it, man. You never go and not have a story. You know, whether it's
That's our guy.
grandpa unzipping his fly, and he wasn't holding his dick, and he's pissed off in front of the boat. So I said, well, I guess that's where I got it from. And so he did good.
Bomba says your favorite franchise of all time. Probably Halo, right?
Oh.
Halo, easy for me.
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah.
Halo, the Crow, I like both of them. That's tough, but I'll say Halo tops it.
Jago, he says your favorite sci-fi franchises. Are you into Star Wars, Star Trek, that sort of thing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love both of those. I love Star Wars. Star Wars probably the most.
Relevant natives?
Star Wars has to be top for me.
Natives in the chat, what's going on, boys? Like I said, dudes, if anybody
What's up,
wants to
mate?
jump in here, what's going on? Britt Lay, thank you for stopping by,
That's
checking
my
out the
wifey.
stream. Oh, is that your wife?
What's up,
Hello,
sister?
wifey of 2
Let's
bears.
go, you sister.
She's a cool chick, man. She's awesome.
Yeah,
So
kid.
that-
Yeah, she plays PUBG with us, man. It's pretty fucking awesome, actually.
Well, I don't know about you, but sometimes I refer to my wife as my cock wallet.
Oh, Lord.
That's right.
No,
I'm not-
I have not wrestled that one out, but I like it.
Or you can call your wife the sperm bank because you're always making a deposit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't
man.
get paid for
Hey,
it.
I like the
No.
Matrix myself, Jago.
Matrix,
Pretty badass.
yes.
They just came out with the 4K
Matrix is legit.
Matrix. The first 2 were great. The third one I liked. A lot of people didn't, but it was definitely different.
Right.
Weird way to end it.
They
It's
got
hard
a
to
new
beat katanas and Escalades.
they got a new John Wick coming out next year, which should be cool. I love those movies.
Oh,
Hell
I love those.
I still need to get the second one. Like I beat myself up. I haven't seen it, but the first one was one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm like, I don't know. Like Keanu Reeves, is like, dude, ever since Point Break, come on.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is fucking badass, dude.
He is. He's an ageless wonder.
These guys are
Hey,
like.
Nate, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you seen The Equalizer, brother?
Yeah, with Denzel. That's a good movie.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel. I like my men like I like my coffee, dark and strong. And Denzel, man, he does it.
You know, my favorite Denzel Washington movie has to be Training Day. It was fucking awesome.
Oh, that's
Training Day was crazy, man. God,
yeah.
Crazy. It was almost too much, but it was great because Denzel was in it. Like, Denzel can literally make a movie about a plane flying upside fucking down because he was drunk and saving passengers and make it good. Like, that's crazy to me. He makes every movie he's in good.
Yeah, he's definitely a good actor. All right, so guys, we got to get into the topics because we're like over 40 odd minutes in already and haven't even gotten into them. So and I knew this would happen because like I said, we're double dosing on the show tonight. As I said, I will be giving away a copy of Minecraft a little later in the show, courtesy of Ace Junkie. So I'll tell you how you can win that a little bit later on. So our first topic of the night, and this one should go by pretty quick. Our first topic is Fallout 76 impressions. We were wondering if it was going to be a new game or a remake. It looks like it's going to be new. Nobody knows much more than that. I hope you guys had a chance to check out the little teaser trailer today. What's your impression of it?
Just from Twitter, they were saying what happens after the war. So I'm kind of like, okay, does that mean we're not fighting now? But then, you know, at the very end of the teaser, it showed the guy with the 76's back, strapping up the old wristwatch and ready to go to town. Fallout's one of the franchises I've always wanted to really get into, and I've tried my best, but I always hit this wall where I'm like, okay, I'd rather just go play Elder Scrolls now. It's kind of like teasing me to go to Elder Scrolls. And it's nothing personal because I know a lot of people love Fallout. Like, I'm not saying nothing bad about Fallout. I think it's a great game. It's just a great game. I don't really get what's going on. I always feel like I'm falling short in the combat. I'm like, okay, I went to the wrong area, so I'm going to go here, but then I do it there too, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? And I just, like in Fallout 4, I just spent like 15 levels building stuff, then I didn't have any guns. I was like, oh shit, I done messed up now. Right? So, you know, there were some flaws with it for me. I had fun doing that stuff. And I need to play with the mods to actually probably have fun with it, because that's just me. I love the mods in Skyrim, because I beat Skyrim like 5 times, so it's just fun to go back and mess around. Fallout 3 to me was better.
He said Fallout is Elder Scrolls with guns. I agree.
I mean, for the most part, it's I kind of agree because it's built on the same engine, but I would take the Elder Scrolls any day over Fallout. I just like the content better.
Me too, bro. I did too.
Skyrim, I can figure out where to go and not get messed up. If there's a place where I get, you know, messed up because I'm not at a high enough level or I don't have the right armor, I can at least go somewhere else and try again, right? And usually do okay. Whereas Fallout, I never felt that way. I felt like, oh, damn, this is the wrong place. Oh, I messed up. I don't have this gun. Like, I've always had a harder time with Fallout myself. But that's cool. I mean, a lot of people love it. Like I said, man, if you are good at it and you have fun with it, I'm jealous because I always wanted to get into it and never quite could. I really respect it and like it, but I don't like it enough to really try to push through my problems with it, I guess.
Gotcha. Irrelevant Natives is Oblivion.
Yeah, I mean,
F the world. Yeah, Oblivion was pretty dope back in the 360 for sure. I mean, they're all pretty decent games. Personally, I find they're too... one thing that I find troublesome with those games for me personally is I just find I get distracted easy with those games, and I feel like they're like too big for me to get invested in. I usually lose interest somewhere along the way. Get some bad lag in this game or something?
Yeah, it's hard, especially when you have a busy life. It's really hard to feel like you can properly play a game like that. Yeah.
The older you get, the harder it is to play any RPG title. Like, seriously, in my opinion.
Lady Foxfire, what is happening, girl? Don't worry, the moistiness is coming down now. Man, I can't kill nobody in this freaking game right now. I'm shooting people, but like my bullets don't finish off everyone. It's driving me nuts. You guys are watching the kill cams, right? I'm actually hitting the fucking dudes and they're not dropping. It's driving. Well, I gotta get a headshot, maybe.
we should have just played Shipment over and over again. It would have been a lot better experience.
Shipment.
Because it's all close range.
Promely was here earlier. I don't know if she's here now or not. She probably took off. I mean, once I started talking about 4 inches, I think she got disinterested.
Yeah.
I could have been talking about 4 inches of snow.
She needed 2
but
more
I'm
inches
just
to stay.
That's too much for some people to handle, Newf.
That's right. You only need 4 inches of snow to ski down a mountain. Come on. Xbox Phantom said 4 inches wide. Absolutely, Phantom. I leave them gaping, man. When
4 inches wide.
Yeah,
Oh,
4 inches wide. When I
talking
start,
about Blake's penis like that.
yeah, when I stick it in, they have a small mouth and I stick it in, and by the time they come out, they look like Baraka. Oh,
Human
man.
Centipede.
God, those movies are
Worst movie
weird
ever.
and gross, man.
I watched the whole damn thing and I'm like, why?
Foxy, gotta go.
Bye, Foxy. Sorry.
Come back.
See you later.
Please don't leave us.
XBYL.
We'll behave. You can please a woman with 3 inches. That's right. I do it with my finger all the time.
That's right. Damn. Thank
I'll
God
tell you what I
my
want.
hands are
I
7
want
inches.
some freaking
Credit
green
card.
tea. I want to try it.
Treasure's Guide to the
Whoa.
credit card. Awesome. Good one. Good one. Yeah, you're welcome to join in. Anybody wants to join us play this game, by all means. The party is closed. The party is closed, but the lobby's
Show us how
open.
it's done.
Fuck, if we could get enough people in there, we'd do a private match. That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be a great way to close the show. Instead of fighting these fucking twiddle nuts. Awesome. So, yeah, so basically, like I said, they showed off that trailer. I mean, it looks interesting, but we don't know a lot on it yet. I also speculate there will be probably a Fallout. I suspect Bethesda's got a Fallout coming for the Switch. It could be maybe like a remaster of number 3 or something.
Like another mobile thing like they're doing for the Switch and mobile shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, like, that's what I think. The last little mobile thing they did, I think that was almost maybe a test for what this game's going to possibly be, and this is all speculation. I will say there's some little, like, basketball court in the trailer or something down there. I just feel like that might be a cool little mini game inside the game, but that's literally all I got from that. I was like, oh, that looks fun.
Right.
Because I literally just don't really like Fallout. I mean, personally.
Yeah.
I think it might just be an online social space kind of game within that world, you know, like a online RPG or something. That's what I think they're going for.
Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat?
That's what's
Anybody in the chat excited for this new Fallout game? Type 1 if you are, and 2 if you don't care. 1 from Irrelevant Native, 2 from Spider-Man. Treacherous God says 6, so he obviously doesn't care. Cyber IQ's in the house, a new person. Thanks, Cyber IQ. He says 2. Jago says 2. Rain is 1. Xbox Phantom loves it so much he gives it a 1 and a 1 in very big colors. Bonbon says 3 because of the rumors. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, we'll talk more about that. Let's move on to subject number 2 tonight, guys, and that is Halo. There is a Halo game coming. Not quite exactly the Halo announcement we expected, but interesting all the same. Apparently, an arcade Halo game called, was it Fire Team something or another? I think it is, going to Raven?
Yeah, Raven.
Going to Dave and Buster's. What do you make of it? That, do you think it's a cool idea, or do you think it's just, you know, Microsoft's grabbing at straws, trying to get an audience wherever they can? What do you guys think about that?
I think it's I mean, it's cool, but it's cool just for what it is. Like, it's not the actual fans, you know, that are hardcore Halo fans. I don't think it's gonna sate the appetite. Like, I think it's cool for going to Dave and Buster's.
Right.
Honestly, man. I'd rather play that than probably most of the games there. But I think though, I'm hoping. Yeah, you can buy a
God, it's too fucking
or you can
expensive.
spend $50. Yeah, but I think though it might be a teaser or a segue into something. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're either going back to a more classic style, or I'm hoping it's a teaser for a new ODST game. Is what I'm hoping. Yeah, because I really enjoyed the first ODST game.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm sure it didn't cost them like, it's not a full-fledged Halo game, so it's Probably has a little less development costs, and it technically, in a way, it's like advertising the Halo brand. I mean, people that go to Dave & Buster's, I'd say the average person that goes there, like the kids and the families, probably know what Halo is. You know, they probably know what Halo is, and it's a great way to expand the brand. You know, it's just a little game, and so I don't really think it's bad or you know, it's not amazing news and it's not really bad news. It's just kind of in the middle. Like, it's cool that they're trying new things with the Halo property. I mean, you know, Sega does it with different properties. Capcom has games in arcades. It's kind of weird that Microsoft's finally sort of getting into the arcade business, and who knows what kind of success that game will have, and maybe more, you know, maybe more Xbox branded properties will make its way into. Like, I could definitely see some Forza arcade cabinets coming to an arcade.
See, Mario Kart there is, like, me and my brother, we went there a couple weeks ago. My favorite part of the whole thing, there's two things. There was this, like, Tomb Raider little stand-up shooter game that was fucking awesome. Me and my brother played. That was fun. And there was a Mario Kart game with the whole, like, if you ran over a banana, your seat would vibrate. And it was really immersive kind of thing. That was awesome.
It was.
In that respect, it was, like, it's cool. But what's funny is the head prize at Dave & Buster's is a PlayStation 4. And you gotta get a god-awful amount of tickets just to get it. It's a fucking ripoff, man. It's kind of fun for what it is. It's fun to go play some skee ball, go throw some hoops, or shoot some hoops right. And you know, we were drinking beer, we were having a good time, that kind of thing. But to me, it's just, at the end of the day, I was like, holy shit, we spent how much money? Oh, a small fortune, and we only got like this many tickets? No, and you know, you get tickets for most of the games. It's kind of like a ripoff kind of place.
That's just
you know what? I could definitely.
If it draws more people to Halo, I'm cool with it.
You know what I could see happening with it? If Microsoft ends up doing, say, a VR helmet, I could totally see them bringing that game over to Xbox as like a light gun style, experience. Because imagine Microsoft sells that game with a facsimile of the assault rifle, and they sell it in a kit. You know, $80, you get this assault rifle, you get that game, and people could play it at home. Like, how fucking huge would that be? Especially if you could do it like VR or something. I think it'd be really cool. But you know, that's just speculation, but who knows, right?
I think Luca wants to jump in here, Newf. I don't know if we have the room.
She wants an invite to the game or the party. I guess I can jump her in. I don't normally do this, but I don't know if she realized I'm doing the podcast, but I know she's a big fan, so I'll send her a message here. We'll see.
Okay, brother. I think she meant the game.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
Let me just respond to that. You guys keep talking. Let's bring up the next topic, and then we'll keep talking here. Games with gold, guys. Hit or miss. You guys take that one. You guys saw the games we have this month, right? Is Sonic? Sonic Racing Transformed. There's Smite, some version of Smite. What's the other one? Assassin's Creed Origin or Assassin's Creed Russia?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed
Russia?
Something. Yeah.
Chronicles I think sucks balls.
Russia. And then what's the last one on there?
I can't remember. It's that bad.
It sucks so bad I don't remember.
Yeah. I know
like
Sonic Racing is one.
Indie Division version.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I'll say this.
I think it's lame.
Smite was cool. I played it when it first came to Xbox because my friend who played it on PC, he turned me onto it. And me and my brother and a couple friends played the arena mode because it's not MOBA. It's like open arena. There's 4-on-4. You go at it, and it was awesome.
Right.
But the actual MOBA aspect, which is the aspect they're really trying to sell on that game, just sucked. I hate MOBAs. I've never been good at them. I don't like them. I tried to play League for a long time. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Smite was a little bit better to me than League, which might not be popular with some. But I'll say this. It's cool that it's $100 value, but to me, they're trying to shove a game. We gave you Metal Gear, so now we can give you a shitty month. And we're going to give you $100 value to make you not be able to say shit about it. That's how I feel about it. I mean, like, seriously. Smite is a fun game, but I think there's games that give the same experience. Like, I think Overwatch is the more fun game than Smite.
Yeah, I agree.
And it gives the exact same experience.
Yeah, I haven't played. Yeah. I haven't played Smite. I haven't even played that Sonic Transform game or whatever. I mean, but like I said, like Cyber IQ says in the chat, they're free games. How can you really bitch? I mean, sure they're not award-winning, but hey, Microsoft gave us a pretty decent lineup last month, right? I mean, it's got to be tough for them to pick out games. You know, especially when a lot of us already own them. It doesn't matter how big the games are. Most of them already played them anyway. So somebody's gonna bitch about it, no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, there's only so many games in the catalog.
Well,
even though there is a lot of games.
Well, this is the E3 month, and we always expect a big like E3 like games of gold, and we never get it. Like one year they're like Forza 5, we're getting, oh my god, we're getting Forza 5, and it didn't happen. And it's like, oh, well shit, you know, it seems like June is always the month that everybody hypes up, going, oh, it's the E3 month, we're gonna get big games of gold. Then it comes around, it's a shitty games of gold. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's going on, Luca? We definitely see you in the chat. Thanks for showing up and checking out you boys. You got Chase, you got Blake, you got me. What's going on? Well, Jago says no, they're not free. Dan, that's true. They're technically not free. You got to have gold to get them. But I mean, considering we always paid for gold and didn't get free games, I mean, from a technical standpoint, yes, they are bonuses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, true that. He has a good point there.
That's actually a point that I made before, so I do stand corrected.
Hey, if it makes anybody feel any better, I don't think Sony's are awesome, friggin' great this month either. They got XCOM 2, and what's the other one? XCOM 2, and they got Trials Fusion. Like, we already got that game, and like I hate the XCOM series, so I don't really give a shit.
Right.
So like, they're not my type of fucking games, like RTS or whatever the fuck they are.
It's what it is.
Everybody looks like fucking green in this game. Yo, 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 yo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. You got quiet for a second. I was just making sure.
He was focusing. He was
focusing. It was like dudes running around. I couldn't figure out what fucking team they're on here, but I think we got it now.
They're all green. C-spawn. Man. Melted.
No, don't get out of this building.
I'm excited for E3 though. Looking forward to it, man.
Oh hell yeah! I think they're gonna. I think you know, I still just have this gut feeling because with Larry Herb and all them, they're really good at hyping up things that really ought not to be hyped up, kind of thing.
Right.
And like, I like AC Bongos and a lot of these guys, but like, they're good personalities to have for the brand, but they're pushing a product that they don't seem confident in, and I do worry about that. Whereas I play a lot of third party, and I'm the typical like Xbox fan. I feel like I'm like, dude, give me Halo, Fable, and Forza. I'm cool, right? And Gears, right? So, but those top three are my faves.
Yeah, gotcha.
But to the majority of fans that are just kind of like leaning Xbox, but they all have PlayStations and this, they need something. They're hungry for. I'm not hungry at all. I have fun on COD. I have fun on PUBG. I have fun on Battlefields. I have fun on all these. Right?
Yeah. Xbox Fandom says IGN are the ignorant gaming noobs, and yes, I don't know. IGN has taken too many shots at the Xbox brand. Like, you know, I don't like to easily call the media bias, but I'm still like, how can you help? Like today's article, we were mentioning this off the top of the show before we even started. Somebody wrote an article and talking about why the Days Gone delay is good and why game delays are good. But it's kind of funny. I always see these things when they're relating it to a Sony game, but when it's an Xbox game that gets delayed, I never say, well, Sea of Thieves is delayed for the fourth time. Why this is good?
Let's talk about the Crackdown shit going on right now. Jesus Christ. Really, guys? Like,
Luca, thanks for the host.
I love Crackdown. I'm ready for Crackdown 3. Don't get me wrong. But if it comes out in 2019, a better product that's going to be pushed even further on the Xbox One X, fuck yeah, bring it on. You know, there's so many, like, okay, why aren't we mad at Rockstar for pushing their fucking games after they announced them 3 years in advance, right?
Yeah.
And then they come out and everybody's like, oh my god, it's the greatest fucking game ever. Oh, GTA 5. And it's going to be Red Dead fucking whatever the fuck it's called now.
Yeah.
Did
anybody post an
article?
Did anybody post an article about Rockstar and say why it was so great that Red Dead was delayed, what, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's just Crackdown, so it's a big fucking deal. And you know what?
So
I will say, Days Gone being delayed, okay? Good for the PlayStation fans who are actually looking forward to it, like I'm looking forward to Crackdown. Good for them, because now they're about to get a fucking better product. Good for them.
I mean,
that's what I feel
you
about.
know, people are like, well, they didn't really give was it the new Detroit Become Human amazing reviews, so they can't be that biased, and they trash. What was the other game I think recently they sort of give a bit of low reviews to on PlayStation? But was there something else as well? Or maybe it was that?
I think it might be Detroit. God of War was the next, like the one before that, and it was stellar, right? So, I know Detroit is one that I wouldn't personally like, but people seem to be pleasantly surprised. Like I think Crap came out with a tweet saying he enjoyed it, and that's great, man. That's what games all fucking about. Like, but I will say there are people who use like what seems to be bad news, which I take as good news, and go with it, man. Like,
Well,
that's how they're getting fucking followers on Twitter, right? You know, it's like, what? You know,
I think the thing is, because the PlayStation is a more popular brand, they have a lot of PlayStation viewers that go to their sites, and they just love to see like articles that sort of paint Xbox in a negative light. So I think they're playing off of those clicks. They may not technically necessarily hate Xbox, but I think they know how to bait people in, and sometimes bad press is as good as good press for their websites. I mean, if all of us back out and don't follow them anymore, do they really care? Because for every, like, say 100 Xbox people that say fuck that site, there's probably 100 PlayStation guys that go, yeah, I love this site, because they're always just like, fucking Xbox sucked kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Breaking them over the coals.
Yeah. I hate this fucking map in this game. I fucking hate it.
Hey, that's why we play shit playlists, because that's what we played on Modern Warfare a lot, and like we're real big fans of. So it's just close range combat. It's kind of like arena style combat. That's what I do. I mean, I will do stuff for challenges, but when I play this game, I literally play shipment over and over again, just like I play a PUBG map over and over again, because that's what I have a lot of fun playing. Like, it's close range combat.
Yeah. Well, I find it kind of funny that we can almost predict that God of War is going to get 90 plus, and it scores. And it was a really good game. I'm not debating the scores for God of War. Like, it deserves it. It's amazing. But it's funny how you can automatically go, well, that game's going to get a 90 or above, but then you can look at an Xbox game and go, it'll be lucky if it hits 90. You know what I mean? Like, why is that? Well, obviously Xbox does have to raise their standards of games, and there's no question, guys. We know that Dead Rising wasn't as good, or we know that State of Decay was not as good as it could have been. We know that Sea of Thieves felt incomplete. So their scores in a way were kind of justified. But I'm just saying, it just feels like it's automated for Xbox to get a low score. Like, even Gears of War, like, got fucking way more hate. Gears of War 4 got more hate than it should have had. It was a phenomenal game.
Which is ridiculous. That's a great, I mean, God, look what they did a lot, like, just with the Xbox One X enhancements alone to the game. It's the one game that people will show in their videos for the Xbox One X to showcase their new TVs and shit. I mean, that says something.
Well, here's the thing. Uncharted's got 4 games out, plus the expansion was Uncharted with the 2 girls, and was it the Lost Legacy or whatever? That's like 5 Uncharted games, and not one of them has co-op. Not one. Not one game has a co-op mode. Right? But nobody ever brings it up and says, why haven't they included co-op in Uncharted yet? I don't see that article. I just see how these games are amazing.
Every Xbox game has to have good co-op.
But all I hear with Gears is, well, Gears needs to evolve. Gears is old and stale. Gears has made more changes in every series than most games I can think of. Like, everything from the play control to the characters to the story, the graphic style has changed. Like, it literally has, changed. I mean, maybe not significant, but you don't want to mess with a good formula if it's successful. Look at Call of Duty. No. Call of Duty still score high every year. It's the same fucking game year in and year out. Basically, it is.
Yeah, it's
for the most part.
It's the same formula with different attributes. I mean, like, they are all to me, like, Advanced Warfare is different from Black Ops. But then you have I've got Infinite Warfare. It's not that different than Black Ops, other than a couple things. It seems like they're kind of beating around the bush, whereas Black Ops 4 seems to be
I love to beat
different
around the bush.
direction. Oh yeah.
It is the biggest, no, the bush.
The biggest bush in all of Quebec.
Très bien.
But no, like battle royale modes are the thing, right? It's a fad to some, and I agree to the extent that it's not a fad that's going to just fade like that, right? Like the Overwatch fad was popular for a year. It's still big. People still play it, but Fortnite has knocked that shit down a couple of notches, right? Like they have a couple of PUBG, right? Whereas I hate Fortnite, and a lot of people love it, and God bless them, but I would really like PUBG, damn it. Right, and building
Bob
shit,
the Builder with guns. I'm good.
Come on now. If I'm building something, it's gonna be on damn Minecraft. When Newf gives it away later.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Gears. I mean, yeah, I mean, sure, there's things they can do with the series. I just find it's like, what, Gears gets slammed, and Uncharted feels like it gets a pass. I mean, Uncharted stories were much the same, too. Every game, they start out, find a treasure thing, gotta go find some lost artifact. So it's not like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Some people's been
reinventing the wheel.
I mean, I don't think Gears of War 4 was like slam, like, oh my god, it's the worst game of the decade, but you're always seeing people say, Gears gotta evolve, especially the fans. I've seen so many guys that claim to be Gears fans, and those are, but Gears gotta change. It's like, are you even a real Gears fan? Because they tried changing it with Judgment, and look what happened to that fucking game.
Yeah, that one tanked.
Right?
Dude, but I got a question, Newf. Okay, so you've played Tomb Raider, and you're a huge Tomb Raider fan.
Love it, yeah.
Like I remember. Okay, you've played Uncharted, right? Have you played 4? Have you played all of them? Okay, would you rather play Tomb Raider than Uncharted? Like, hands down.
Yes. I love the game more than...
Okay,
yeah.
I need to get more in. It's one of those games I played and kind of just didn't pick back up. But overall, I felt like I was getting a Uncharted-esque experience, but maybe even at a higher quality on my Xbox One X with Tomb Raider. I don't know if that's getting out of the territory, but man, I just think that that's a better game, but I don't know, like, what would you say? Just because third party, it's automatically a failure to some, right?
Yeah.
Is that...
Well, they're already saying sort of like some of the previews for the new Shadow, right? They're just like, oh, well, it feels like too much the same. It's like, well,
people have buried that game just because a different studio's involved in it now.
It's only the third game, and it's like, how much different do you want it to be? It's all a progressive story. They shouldn't change it too much. It seems they can improve, but I don't get to hate. But anyway, a little bit off topic. We're talking about Games of Gold. Now we're talking about media trash and games. Let's get into Aaron and Larry. They've been hyping E3 a little bit. If you've been following their Twitters. So, basically, guys, do you think Microsoft is going to deliver this E3? And what would you like to see from Microsoft at E3?
Okay, I'll go. I have seen that there are big unannounced games, and that makes me excited. Like, obviously, I hope to see Halo 6 in the mix of some sort, at least an announcement, Lord, because it's dry as the Sahara Desert right now on Halo fans. But I also am hoping one of those unannounced games is a side Halo game, like I mentioned earlier. I'm really hoping there's a ODST sequel or something in that vein, like something that's more single-player focused, maybe.
Right.
People can get into. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say this. Yes and no. Okay. I've said this for at least probably about 4 or 5 months now. When I've been listening to all the podcasts and everybody hyping up E3 and what they're expecting, I'll say this. I think 2019 is going to be a bigger year than 2018, just strictly game-wise.
Yeah.
I think 2018 is going to be some smoke and mirrors with some good-ass announcements, and I'm going to be satisfied and hyped as shit for it, right? I know they're going to show some Halo. I know they're going to show some more of the Metro game that people love Metro. I've never even played it, but people are hyped for it. That's cool, right? I think they're going to showcase more of what the Xbox One X can do. They're barely tapped into it. It's barely out of a year. I'm ready to get my money's worth out of it. In a sense, right? So, and to see what's kind of coming on the horizon, I'm a gamer. I'm gonna buy damn games, right? So, I think we're gonna see some more Battlefield and see how, because that game looks crazy deep. But I will say that we are going to get some Halo. I don't know if we're going to get Gears. I don't know about that, but I think it's time to show something for Halo. But I'm going to stand by that 2019 E3 is going to, I don't know if all these other big parties are going to bounce out, but Phil Spencer always kills it. He knows how, like, even last year where there wasn't a whole lot of exciting game announcement, he made it fun. He made it like, oh, yeah, I'm excited about this at least, and this at least, right? So he's great at it, right? He's their best friend right now. And the more of that they have, the better. Microsoft always is going to get into the little controller bullshit. I hope they save it for after E3. Right. And Xbox Elite 2 could be popular. Achievements for original Xbox, I hope they deliver on that, but they probably won't. But I don't know, right? Because I didn't know they were going to do a lot of things they did.
Right.
I'm expecting a lot, but I'm hoping we get some Fable, man. Let's get some Fable. I love Fable. Come on, bring me some new age Fable, a better Fable, a bigger Fable. Yep. Come on, dude. I will buy that shit today. I will stand by myself just like I did for Fable 3 at fucking Walmart parking lot and get that cocksucker. That was a good game.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And yeah, man, that's how I feel about it. I think we're gonna get some of the same old. We're gonna get some surprises, and I hope we get a big surprise. I hope it's not controllers.
Here's two things I can almost promise. I think there's going to be another section about Minecraft again. I think there's going to be, obviously, they're going to unveil the new Forza Horizon, which could be in Japan if rumors are true.
I would be dope.
So those things are pretty. I think it's safe to say they probably will have another controller or two that they're releasing this fall. They may even have a new updated. I've been hearing those rumors about a new updated Elite controller, possibly, which would be really cool. I think people would welcome that. I definitely think we'll see something Halo related. Like, I'm almost positive we'll see, whether it probably won't come out this year, but I think we will see something Halo related, because I think that they have, at this point, they got to show us a roadmap and get us excited for next year. And later, Jago, take care, brother. Thanks for stopping by. And I think, I think we're also going to see a couple of price drops. I think they're going to drop the 1S to possibly even $199, and I definitely think we'll see a $50, maybe even a $100 price on the X. I think they need to go to $100. They need to put some heat on right now and finish strong this fall. Yeah. $400, man.
Like a temporary price drop, and then maybe back up to $450, like kind of thing. Like they did with the 1S.
Yeah, they need to entice people to jump on this X bandwagon and really pump out the games, that sort of thing. And, of course, some marketing deals with various games, at least for the advertising rights. We're seeing that with Battlefield 5, the Xbox logo's on there. I mean, outside of that, I really don't know, but I'll be happy. If with that alone, I'll be relatively happy. And hopefully there is some new IP. Phil Spencer has stated that he bought some new studios or invested in new studios, and hopefully we see some fruits of the labor there, too. And we definitely need a big AAA game that feels like it's a Game of the Year contender. Like, they need a phenomenal experience here now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah.
Rise 2 would be amazing. Rise 2 would be a surprise of the show, Spider-Man, if that drops, man. People would lose their shit.
They would have to show me something new as far as, like, with Rise. Like, I loved the game in a sense. But once I beat it, I was like, I don't really have any want to go back and play it through. But I did beat the game. I thought the ending was pretty epic. It was different. It was not what I expected, but it was a good-ass game for what it was, especially for a launch title. It still holds up. It's a pretty game. Rise 2, they need to work on the multiplayer co-op aspect. I'll go to that bag. I would like to see something different with how they do that, because there's so many games that have replay value for my $60 or whatever it may be, right? Yeah, so that's all I'll say about the Rise 2 thing.
Oh,
This is kind of a cool mode, whatever the hell we're doing here.
Yeah, this is trippy.
This is the double XP infected. I'm infected.
Oh, I got
it. Shit.
Yeah.
I got infected too.
You killed me earlier.
Damn it.
Almost had him too.
I guess for zombies now? That's cool.
What? A one and done on Xbox? No, fucking losers. Yeah, we're all a bunch of losers for liking Xbox, man. No, that's just irrelevant, native. He's just kidding around. Sunset Overdrive 2 would be cool in theory, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. I just don't think the first one resonated enough where the demand is like...
I didn't like it.
You know, I mean, I have it, and I liked it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but Yeah, but Rise 2 has a lot of clout. A lot of people are sort of asking for that one. And, I honestly think if Phil was smart, he should have bought that would be a huge announcement at E3. If they come out and say we just bought Crytek, we would keep it under wraps, but we have them. We have all the properties. That would be friggin' huge. Whether it's whether that happens or not is anyone's guess. But I think that would be a show-breaking experience in itself with that fucking announcement. But let's hope somebody helps Crytek out of their financial struts and brings a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man says that would be badass. So there you go. So that's, we're going to do more E3 talk in depth. We're not that far away from it now. We're just like a little under 2 weeks, I think. So that's good. Let's get into our next topic as we're approaching how long in the stream here? 79 minutes in. Yeah, so we're getting down toward the end. Some suggestions or some indicators suggest, according to one of the recently reports with a Sony executive, that PS5 might be a few years out. And there's sort of rumors, again, take this with a grain of salt, some rumors speculating that Microsoft may try to beat Sony to the next-gen punch, and some people even speculate that 2019 we could see a new Xbox. What do you think of those rumors, and are you ready for new hardware, PlayStation or Xbox?
I'm not. I mean, I like my Xbox One X, I don't think there's a rush, but at the same time, if they beat Sony into the next wave, that could be huge for them because I feel like Sony beat them into this current generation and definitely got the leg up on them. So I think that'd be a wise decision. I don't know, but don't rush.
Sony came out, what, was it 2 months ahead of the Xbox? I think Sony came out, was it September, and Xbox launched in November, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So
all I'm just going to say is I'm not ready for new hardware, but I'll let you take it over. Go ahead, Chase.
I'm not either.
Okay, so the Xbox One X came out, right, this is 2017, so it's a mid-gen refresh. We had 2013 for the Xbox One and PS4. I think that's about right, really. I mean, 2020, 2021 even. It doesn't matter to me kind of what comes out. I've invested in the Xbox One X. I don't think that they're going to go away anytime soon from the console generation as far as I think they'll still do backwards compatibility. And I think they've done it a lot better than I thought they were. I was so scared there were so many games that were going to be held back because of the original Xbox One. Some developers have gone that path, but there were some that said, hey, I don't care if this game does run 60 and this one runs 30, right? And there are some big jumps in the games, and I just absolutely love my Xbox One X. In a couple of years, it'll be basically like the Xbox One is last year, right? So it'll be a little bit obsolete. PS5, I don't really care. Like, I'm not a PlayStation gamer. I don't play their exclusives. Resistance was like the one that I just really liked, and Killzone 1 was badass, and then they kind of went downhill from there for me. But Xbox One X, man, that's where it's at for me. I think we're about to get some awesome experiences. They're going to push the hardware with great games. And I think if you're willing to wait till 2020, you're going to get great experiences on the One X. And they've already said they're not going to leave a generation behind. Eventually, the original one will be left behind. But look how long it took to phase out the 360. It's going to be equally as long for the Xbox One, just use it as a timeline. And I think it's just going to be the natural order of things. It's just how it's going to be. It's a business. It's going to keep going forward. I would say they're going to announce the next Xbox 2020. Right. 2019 is going to be some killer games for the Xbox One X. And then in 2021, some bitch is going to come out, or 2022.
Here's what's going to be funny, right?
That's the way I feel about it.
Like, look, we're not stupid. We know that at the start of this gen, right, when Xbox and PS4 came out, it was a big power narrative thing, right? Oh, but who's got the power? Who's got better resolution?
Yeah.
So guess what's going to happen now if the Xbox comes out early? There's a chance that the PlayStation 5 could be more powerful, and then guess what's going to happen? We're back to the same thing all over again. Oh, well, PlayStation's got better hardware, and it does more of this and more of that. I mean, look, yes, I agree that Xbox guys have,
that's just fanboys being douchebags and working for magazine companies.
As Xbox guys have touted that since since the Xbox One X come out, but hey, rightfully so, because all we fucking heard was, well, PlayStation has 1080 and your Xbox games only do 720 and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but
like,
I feel salty after all that, right?
Right, so like I think it'll be partly that, but I don't know. I think the next gen is going to be very close technically wise, but I still think it's advantageous to have the more powerful hardware, no matter how you look at it. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, it could be advantageous for Microsoft to jump in first, but to be honest, I wouldn't. I would hold out and try to release on at the same time if possible.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that Microsoft has to finish this generation strong. So for the next 2 years, say the next console's not coming till 2020 or 2021, the next 2 years are detrimental. So the Xbox needs to have those big games that really start to like blow people away. You know, they're high on the radars. So that's what they need. Or the next Xbox could be dead on arrival, right? So that sort of thing.
And don't let game parity hold you back between the three consoles.
That pisses me off when that shit happens. It happened with Dynasty Warriors 9, right? Xbox One X is clearly more powerful. They got a checkerboard 4K, and we got like I think it was 1800p, and I was like, oh, come on. And it really couldn't even run that game good.
Grain says it good in the chat, though. Like, he don't think there's going to be a big leap next gen, and I agree. The tech is there, but the big key, and this is the major one, is how can they get the tech to run the true 4K the way we're thinking, and make sure that it's still an acceptable price? Because I think we're all are we all unanimous? And I'll use the chat here as well, guys. Would you pay $500 or more for a new console? Put 1 if yes, and 2 if you don't want to go over 500. So if you'd pay 5 or more, press 1. Under 500, 2. So you want it to be under $500. We're getting a lot of 2s here. Phantoms 2, Two Bears 2, Spider-Man 2, Treacherous God,
it has to be a
Rain
console
2,
price point.
Cyber IQ is 2. So there you go. So I think it's unanimous
You're looking
already.
at a couple years.
Yeah.
If you're gonna push it forward, we're at least looking at 2 to 3 years. If you're really wanting to put the hardware forward and let the price go down, I think the prices are going to start to go down pretty fast, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
look at what they were saying. A $600 Xbox One X a year ago, and now it's $500, right? So we'll see.
Well, I think you're going to need at least a minimum of 12 teraflops and no less than maybe 16 gigs of RAM. That's what I'm thinking. If you had 16 gigs of RAM, because with Xbox One X got what? Xbox One's got 12 right now.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go less. I would go with 2 terabyte storage, but apparently, like Mike Ibarra has said, the reason that the Xbox One X has 1 terabyte storage because they couldn't get a proper they couldn't get a proper hard drive in 2 terabytes that would run fast enough or accommodate the X without being way more expensive.
I saw that.
Right? Basically, it was a cost decision, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you could get a 2 teraflop,
The X
but
is the best.
they need a high
is
RPM,
still the
right?
best deal in gaming right now. I'm still convinced of that.
Right.
Hardware-wise, spec-wise, just in general.
Yeah, it's 5,400 RPM. They needed 72 or something like that. It's it's about cost efficiency at the end of the day. Yeah. The more these parts cost Microsoft and Sony, the more it's going to cost the gamer.
I think they broke even, right? They broke even just on the console alone. So
probably.
As that continues to push forward, honestly, they'll end up making a profit on it as the hardware gets cheaper to manufacture and make, and then but they'll still be selling software like billions worth, right? Just like they are right now. You know what I mean? That's so it's only a positive thing for them, for sure, and it could be good for us, but I think really gaming nowadays is just a patient man game. I mean, even the other day on Amazon, my wife's looking at Xbox One X for $420 with a game on Amazon. I'm like, wow, okay, for One X, really?
Right.
And it's because GameStop is willing to give so less for it and then sell it for so much expense, right? Even used. So people are taking advantage of that if they have a use for it or need to sell it. So it's that kind of stuff's actually good for the consumer to look for those things nowadays, too.
Yeah. Crazy Greek Dude says they need to subsidize. Crazy Greek Dude, what's going on, man? He says they need to subsidize the next one heavily, get more people sub to Game Pass, and that would be great. I think the idea of an Xbox One Live, and I was telling this to the guys the other night, and they really like my idea. I said they should add a new tier to Xbox, and here's what I think they should do: add a new tier to Xbox. They call it Xbox Platinum, Xbox Live Platinum. The Platinum includes the year of Game Pass and your year of Xbox Live, but at a reduced cost. So maybe you're paying $100 to $120 for the whole works. I think that would be amazing. But here's the other thing. I think what they should do with the Silver membership is make it accessible, make the Silver membership able to play online now. But the problem is if you go with Silver, you don't have any of the benefits. Like you don't get the extra free games. You don't get, the perks that the Gold members get. You don't get the party chat. You don't get all of these perks. It's just the bare bones. You can play online and you can play for free if you want. I think that could be a cool drawing for Xbox as well. Most people are still going to go with Gold, right? Like us guys, we can't be without party chat and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but just take like a kid buying an Xbox who doesn't want to pay the subscription, doesn't have the money. There you go. Boom. He gets Silver. He can still play online with his friends. He can use the in-game chat, but you just can't use party chat. And again, you don't get all the perks that come with it. So that's what I think. We should do 3 tiers and make the Silver one actually free to play, not just, well, it's Silver and it just gets me on the Xbox to make an account.
Yeah, I think
there's so much they could do with it.
Yeah.
I got kicked off the game, guys.
Yeah, let's jump out here. I'll start a new lobby.
Yeah, Cyber, he made a good point too in the chat. He was saying that they need a better CPU as well, and I agree. I think right now, I don't know who it is. I think it might be the Ryzen stuff that they were talking about. That's only going to get cheaper, but I don't know that. I know that. Does anybody know what CPU they're actually using right now in the Xboxes? It's the Jaguar, or no? It's the Jaguar overclocked. So there's definitely places they can take that, and it's only going to get cheaper. Yeah, it's Jaguar. So I'm with you, man. I think that they're just going to have to wait till that gets cheaper because CPUs will drive your cost of your console up tremendously. There was even my PC. I had to get a whole nother motherboard to push that forward, and it's actually why my PC's collecting dust in my closet right now because I couldn't afford it. But another thing I needed was the CPU to put in the motherboard because I couldn't even upgrade my CPU because the sons of bitches are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
I'm trying to get everybody in the lobby here.
Make your shit go fast, man. But it's getting cheaper for gaming. They make good deals to buy in bulk with these companies, just like the Switch is done, just like PlayStation's done, just like we're doing. The only cool thing is Xbox engineers have actually overclocked the CPU and got more out of it than the other people that have the almost the exact same model in their console.
Where you at, Chase? How come you're not jumping in here?
Man, I'm black screened right now, brother. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay. You gotta restart.
I think I might just. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the game.
To kill the game restarted, I think so. Jump out for a second. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's definitely good points, guys. Let's get into the next topic here. New old games. I call them new old games because we're starting to see a lot of remasters, a lot of collections coming back.
Yeah.
Like recently, Dark Souls remaster. I know some people getting on that. I know. Shout out to Lucas. She loves those games. She's been playing Dark Souls right now. We got the Sega Genesis collection, which is a collection of 50 games to the Sega Genesis, which is kind of cool. And we also got the Street Fighter 30th anniversary, which is a collection of all the old Street Fighter games. Have you guys bought any of these yet? Are you excited about them at all? Like, what do you think of these new old games? Do they stir the pot in you a little bit, or are you just kind of like, I'd rather spend my money somewhere else?
I like them. I haven't bought any yet. I do have a lot of remasters, but I haven't got the Sega collection. But that's something I'd be interested in, though.
Yeah.
Growing up with Sega, obviously, I'll got a special place for those for sure.
Okay, like I would be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm more excited when an Xbox 360 game that I own gets enhanced for the Xbox One X because it does the same thing for me. Assassin's Creed, they did magic with that first Assassin's Creed. Man. I don't know if you ever went back and played it, but it blood dripped off the sword. I'm like, I've never noticed that before in this game, and stuff like that. It's so cool. And I also really like the Handsome Collection, man.
Yeah.
Getting to play 30 frames per second games in 60 frames per second, like on the new hardware, even if it's not enhanced, like Borderlands Enhanced Collection, dude. And it's only like 1980 right now. It's a great pickup, man. If y'all love RPG shooters, dude, it's the best. It is the best. I can't. God, please announce Borderlands 3. Seriously, because I love Borderlands, man. I'm about to buy that.
Yeah,
I need somebody to come play that shit with me. I've been dying to find people to play with me.
Brother, I'm buying it tomorrow so I can play it because I love that. I'm actually trying to get through the prequel right now. That's what I'm working on. But 2 is like one of my favorite games of all time, dude. It's top 5, easy. So like, hell, what was the point? Remasters. Okay. You know, and I love Modern Warfare Remastered because that game touched the spot with me. Just like I bought MCC because all those games, I'm playing them better than I've ever seen them, and I love all those games.
Yeah.
The games have to really relate to me to buy a remaster. Right. Like I love all the. I wish they would go ahead and do Forza Horizon 2 because I would love to play through that, like enhanced, right? And there's a lot of things like that, but. You know, I'm not a fighter guy, you know, I don't care about the Sega thing other than maybe Sonic. What's the other one? There's another one.
Street Fighter
Sega
Anniversary.
What else? Street Fighter, don't care. I don't play.
And then you get Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is too damn hard. Luca,
Power
God
to
bless
Luca.
you. That shit is way too hard. I can't play
You
it.
can have all that.
I've tried.
Yeah.
People love it, man, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like Dark Souls, I never played the original game. I have no desire to play the second. I'm not a big fan of those grindy, die a billion times to get. Like I enjoy games for enjoyment. I mean, I get it how some people get off on like defeating the heavy enemies. They feel that accomplishment and achievement, right? And the more you play, the better you get. I get that, but to me, like it's just too grindy. I'm not a big fan of that sort of style. So, like, for me, Street Fighter, like, for me, Street Fighter was huge for me back in the 16-bit era and in the arcades. But I kind of grew out of Street Fighter. I bought Street Fighter 5, and I didn't even enjoy it a whole lot. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to even invest time in the old games. I mean, essentially, it's like, what? Like, 20 games on the disc or 15 or something, but half of them are the same game, like Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Street Fighter Turbo with condoms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just got, like... Same fucking game with the new thing, right?
Always on.
Boob bouncing options in Street Fighter, 2 extra characters, and blah 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 blah. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. And
Bring me Dead or Alive.
Now the
VR,
Sega Genesis collection.
PlayStation VR.
The Sega Genesis collection, yes, probably because I was a huge Genesis fan and I don't have a lot of those games anymore. So I think for the money, it's a decent value. And it's nice to see them also, like, at least, like, now they're in high definition. You know, okay, this guy with these fucking bullets with the shotgun with the stupid flames, those are ridiculously overpowered.
Those are OP. Yeah.
Those are stupid. Guys running around and just taking me to town here just because he's like gets the secondary hits on.
You can't do anything.
No, you got to be like a mile away from the guy when he comes at you, or you're toast.
Yeah, they kind of stun you so bad you can't even react.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, I know Green's enjoying the Street Fighter Genesis collections, but he's really into retro, and that's cool. I mean, a lot of people that's from childhood, and some of those games have aged well, and some games have aged terribly. I mean, like Streets of Rage is still pretty well pick up and play today, but some of the games, like you look at like Alex Kidd and Enchanted Castle or Enchanted World or whatever the fuck that first game was. Like I went back and played that a while, but it was one of my first Sega Genesis games, and I thought that game was crap. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of games that they're just rough. So
there's only one fighter I actually just really have enjoyed that off the top of my head, and that was Soul Calibur 3. I didn't really all the Soul Caliburs tell the exact same story over and over again. It's one of those, and they just make it look prettier every year kind of thing. The fourth one I didn't like where they brought in Yoda and Darth Vader, but the third one had this like arcade mode where you progress through you had a created character. Yeah. You picked the fighting style of that character. It was your guy. You would unlock close to the story mode, right? And you could play through this mode where it was almost like your own little created character story mode. That shit was awesome. I loved
really
that.
fun.
And you fought all the main characters. And you had your own little personalized story. It was a PlayStation 2, I believe. And that was like my favorite Soul Calibur. And then after that, it just went. That was like the only fighter I've ever actually enjoyed. And if they ever did a remaster of that, by God, I would play it. That was just the
Yeah.
most badass one. I know they're about to come out with a new Soul Calibur. I don't think they have any mode like that. Again, I don't know if it just wasn't popular enough, but I love that mode.
I'm gonna stay out of the buildings because these guys are just heating me up every time we get close at all. So I'm just gonna stay out in the fucking open and then take them down long range.
Somebody buy the Genesis collection so you can play with Grain, man.
Yeah, that's right.
When he gets his Xbox back, he needs somebody to play with.
I'm gonna pick it up, Green, but I just don't have it right now. Like I probably will get it here eventually once I get paid. Maybe I'll pick it up. So I definitely want it because a lot of those classics are from favorites. I love the Revenge of Shinobi game, and like I said, you can't go wrong with Streets of Rage.
It's a hell of a
and
bargain. I mean, it really
yeah,
is.
well, it was like $30, $40 or something. It's not that expensive. I mean, because the other option is to get that AT Games Sega Genesis Mini that's supposed to come out this fall. But the thing is that they've had a shitty track record with their emulation. The games are sound bad and they don't, that sort of thing. So yes, Hellblade is an amazing game. People should be picking that fucking game up. I don't know why so many people have passed on it. It's beyond me, but.
Oops.
I mean, if it's not your kind of game, I get it,
but
but.
I don't know what it is really.
Yeah,
It looks different.
It looks pretty on the Xbox. Like I think the Xbox
Yeah.
ones are fantastic for an indie studio, especially. But I've
Later,
only ever
Cyber.
seen the preview, really. Later, Siberia, man. Or
No, that's Cyber IQ. Is it Siberia?
Cyber IQ. Later, brother.
Yeah, let's see it, Cyber.
Gotcha. You're matchmaking for co-op, but playing at randoms. Yeah, it does, especially randoms that don't fucking use microphones or whatever be the case. That drives me absolutely fucking nuts.
Oh,
I'm just staying back.
yeah. So, what's the deal with Hellblade though? Like, what kind of game is it?
Hellblade is it's a third-person action adventure. This is just like she's like a Norse. It's based in Norse mythology or whatever. And it's this girl that's got.
That sounds cool.
She's got.
Yeah.
She's got some abilities, well, not abilities, but like she's got psychosis, so she's dealing with some mental issues, and she's trying to avenge, I think, the death of her boyfriend, and she's trying to bury him, I think, at this special place, and all the while she's like, I don't know, trying to fight this Norwegian goddess lady or whatever the hell she is. It's kind of cool.
Wow.
You can see lots of videos on it. It's really good. The graphics are fucking amazing.
That sounds dope as fuck.
And the
actually.
combat system is really awesome. It's got this very heavy feel to it. It's the cool thing is play the game with audio, like a good set of headphones, because the game really relies on audio and audio cues to enjoy it, because she has voices in her head that will tell you, like, there's a guy behind you. There's a guy behind you, and there's like all these sorts of things. You listen to that shit. It's not a scary game. There's a couple of moments in the game that I would consider creepy, but it's not a scary game per se. You know what I mean? It's not meant to be a scary game. No. There's one spot where there's sort of like this fucking giant beast is chasing you through this thing, and you got to keep the lanterns lit, and that's pretty trippy. But outside of that, yeah, it's not too bad. This fucking one guy, 28-8 in this fucking match. I think it's the guy's using that fucking flame shotgun.
Oh. Yeah, I just got killed by him.
Yeah, I've been doing better since I've been
Sometimes
staying
you
back.
just have to get real campy in this game, which is not my playstyle at all, but I've had to before.
Oh, I'm not camping. I'm
Good
just not rushing in. Like I'm out in the fucking open, but.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit!
I've adjusted my playstyle. I'm playing smarter here right now. Like,
Yeah.
let those fuckers come to us. Because every time I got in the houses, I was getting fucking shitholed because it's too close and I can't kill them with my P100 or whatever the fuck I'm using. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for the topics to kind of wound this down. I had a great fucking show. So basically, the consensus for both of you guys is like, remasters are okay, but they don't float your boat, right? Like it's that sort of thing.
They have to be the right kind of boat.
Yeah,
for it to float for me. They have to sing the right tune. They have to really resonate
nostalgia.
like Borderlands did, like Halo, Master Chief. They like God, Modern Warfare.
Okay.
That was a great, right? They have to be my kind of game.
Well, we got a 1 in 6 chance of winning here right now, depending on who's up in the chat. We are going to give away that copy of Minecraft. I see a lot of people took off early. They didn't stay for the whole show, so sucks to be them. But we're going to give away that copy of Minecraft. I don't know how many people in the chat have it. If you have Minecraft already, type 1. If you don't have it and would like to win it, type 2. Spider-Man says no thanks, and that's cool, Spider-Man. I appreciate it. But we still will give it away if somebody's interested in it here on the panel. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 20, and whoever gets the number closest or dead on the spot is going to win it. So, starting now, between 1 and 20, you have to pick a number. Closest one, we got Blake, and we've got Chase here, and they know which number it is. I told them before the show.
Yep.
So it's not. I'm not just gonna like pick a number now and then to make it unfair. They know what it is. So and they'll tell you as soon as people start testing. So drop the numbers in the chat if you're interested in winning a copy of Minecraft. If you're not, frig it, I'll keep it and I'll give it away on another episode. I'm sure somebody wants it. Courtesy of Ace Junkie, of course. Shout out to Ace Junkie, who's been a supporter of the chat, or supporter of the streams. Nobody? Man, I'm gonna have I'm gonna tell Ace Junkie no more codes for okay, Treacherous God dropped to 12. Xbox Phantom picked 32.
Between 1 and 20.
Yeah, he's disqualified. His number was way too high. So we got 12. So Treacherous God might win this by default. So far, yeah.
Yeah,
he might win by default, even though he might be close. He might be like a mile away. 69, I win. Yeah, that's a good guess. Can't go wrong with 69.
Damn.
Oh, we're in shipment again? It's going to be interesting. Oh, fuck. We're going to get...
I gotta bounce out because I gotta get out of here pretty soon, guys.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up the show. Treacherous, we're gonna give it to you, bud. You're the only person who entered a legitimate number. The number was, guys, let them know what the number was.
Number 3.
Number 3. So Treacherous, I'll hook you up. I know Treacherous real well. Me and him go back a long ways on Xbox, so I'll hook him up with this code over Xbox Live. Should be good. That's about it. So last chance, guys, to ask. I'm going to give you a chance to ask 1 or 2 questions in the chat. Do you have a question for Blake or Chase before we go? It can be game related or not. Now is the time to drop one. I'll give you a couple seconds to type it in. This is a personal questions part of the show. Anybody have any questions? If not, we will close out the show. I'll let Phantom? No?
You're a winner in my book.
Yeah, Phantom's a good dude, man.
I like the chat, man.
He opted in with us.
Yeah,
I like how everybody gamed with us. That was badass.
Yeah, that was.
A few people tonight.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we should do that more often too. It's a great way to get our audience actually involved, not only listening to the chat, but they could be playing and stuff too. So, God darn, I'm tired of hitting people and they don't die. All right, so we got no questions, guys. I think we doused a lot of the questions early in the show, and it is getting late, so we're gonna wrap up the show. So Chase, I'll start with you, Chase. I introed Blake first. So Chase, let people know how they can check out your content or add you on social media, all the good stuff, brother.
Hey, just look me up on Chase Nightcrawler X on social media at Chase Hogan Joan 1. That's me on Twitter. That's where I'm mostly active at. You can add me anytime at LTC Nightcrawler, no spaces. Hit me up, message me. I'm down to game. I'm available to game. Just come on, man. We'll play some PUBG. I got COD, Halo, Overwatch. I'm down with anything, man. It just depends on the night and whatever and work. But I always want to be active with my brothers in the chat throughout all the shows. Xbox Nation, RDX, all of them. I can't always be at all of them, but I try to pop in.
That's right.
The gaming dosage. I can't forget that. That's the newest one, man. I've been on 2 of them, and I think that's about how many it's been, right? But that's my family right there. That's the people I can be myself around the most. And
let
I
me just say that
Console Corner's good too, man. Like I'm in on all of them, brother.
let me just say, like, for myself, I don't expect people to come out and stay for 2 hours every time I run a show, but it is really nice to see people pop by and stay for, 1 minute or 5 minutes, just to kind of show a little love. And because I don't get to stay for, like, everybody else's podcasts the whole way through, but I try to catch what I can, try to support what I can, right? Like Spider-Man, he's been supporting me from day one. He's been here, and he's been amazing. He's usually one of the first guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's usually here the whole show, and he's usually one of the first guys to jump in. Sometimes when he doesn't make it, I'm almost worried, like, I hope the dude's okay. You know what I mean? But so go ahead, Blake. Let people know where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, man. 2 Bears across the board. Man, I got Instagram, Twitter. I have a YouTube channel. If you want to see some cool stuff too. I love playing PUBG. I love Halo. I love Call of Duty, Overwatch. I'll play anything with y'all.
Right.
Hit me
Battlefield,
up,
for that matter.
come say hi.
BF4 especially.
And I appreciate Newf having us on mixing it up, man. It was fun.
Dynamite show, guys. You did really well. You kept the pace up the whole friggin' show. I knew you two guys would deliver. You're just awesome. I think you do come better as a team. You're like the tag team of podcasts here. So glad to have you guys on. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Phantom, thanks for stopping by. Garain says herpes just don't go away. Yeah, you guys are fantastic, man. Much better than herpes. So
You've delivered to me like a baby.
But thanks for coming out, guys. We're gonna end the show here. We won't start another match. I want to thank everybody for playing and hanging out with us, including Darfishus earlier, and we'll catch you guys all soon. So for the 20th episode of Mixing It Up with Newf, thank you so much for checking it out, guys, and we'll catch you on 21. Take care. Have a good night.
Love you guys.
Good night.
Not homo. Or homo. Damn it. Fuck.